Hello everyone, Bandit here, and welcome back to another video on... Wait, where is it?
Imagine paradise.
No, not that. Goodness, it's here somewhere. Ah!
It's been a while. I've missed you.
I missed you too, Jeff. For today's video, we take yet another beloved cast, the Cagayan cast, and change the people. For today's theme, we're kicking out the brains and bronze, keeping the beauty, and making an entire cast that is beautiful. This is essentially Love Island meets Survivor. So I have to cast a 18-person season of beautiful people, and all of age when Cagayan filmed, which is important because people like Michael Yerger can't be cast. Because otherwise, they'd literally be 14. Yeah. Plus I opened the casting pool up until season 40, with obviously Cagayan being their first time playing in a season. I also want to add, I casted beauties that would be entertaining to watch, and would play hard. After all, the fun of Survivor is having entertaining confessionals, and good strategy. But nonetheless, let's go. When casting all beauties, we firstly have to look at the original cast, and although I won't be keeping the original cast for many seasons, I really do like this beauty tribe. For me, it had the perfect mix of high school-like arguments, interesting characters, and, for the most part, these individuals were willing to play hard. And chickens. Lots of chickens.
So they like asexual? What makes them make eggs? They have to be in a thing, like a heat lamp.
Nobody knows how a chicken is born. I don't understand.
Plus, I found them entertaining and felt they all added something unique to the show. So that's a core 6 out of the way. Now on to future seasons. It's about this part of the video I'd like to call myself out. By saying I'm a straight male, it's obviously easier for me to cast females than males. So I'd like to shout out my friend from Down Under, May, who was there to give me the green light on casting decisions. Her Discord will be linked below. San Juan del Sur, the season after Cagayan, had 2 people I was interested in, John and Jacqueline, the high school sweethearts. However, because of their relationship, I couldn't cast them both, so I picked Jacqueline. For the 2 people watching this and doubting she's a beauty, she literally won Miss Michigan 2013, so that's a tick for one half of the criteria. On the other side, Jacqueline also has strong strategic credentials on San Juan del Sur to justify her having strong gameplay on this cast. She's shown she has what it takes to make it to the end and pitch to a jury. Within the game, alongside boyfriend John, she also assumed a swing position at pivotal votes in the early merge, and even blindsided the infamous Jeremy Collins. However, San Juan del Sur doesn't stop there, as I also included Drew Christie, the earliest boot that I introduced onto this cast. For me, Drew has a lot of Fabio upside, as in spite of the stupid things he said, most got a chuckle from me. Not to mention, he predicted the strong legacy of Kelly Wentworth. While he's not the sharpest Sears tool in the shed, Drew's still going to provide us with scatterbrain schemes, probably ending up in him being burned, but will be interesting nonetheless. After that, we get to Worlds Apart, and although this cast consists of some very beautiful people, one person shines brighter than the rest. Dan Foley. Joe. It's Joe, nicknamed Joey Amazing for being amazing at pretty much everything in life. Not only is the dude a physical specimen, but if I haven't convinced you thus far about him being on this beauty season, hopefully Jeff can. It's clear throughout Joe's existence on Survivor that Jeff has had a man crush on him, so much so to the point he made him tiny little figurines on the Cambodian reunion show.
Joe, he's so delicious. He even has his own cake pop. Look at that. Man bun? No man bun.
I would say this is the most cringeworthy Probst moment. But then again, the Survivor China reunion show exists. Plus, he's the golden boy of modern Survivor. So it was a home run. On top of Jo, I casted fellow Red Caller in Hayley Ford. She has the makings of a good-looking yet strategically savvy female. On Worlds Apart, we saw parts of her strategic game at the pre-merge, but obviously she was blindsided once the jury phase started, meaning we didn't get to see the full extent of her survivor IQ. But Troyzan even identifies her as cute in Game Changers, and on her Worlds Apart Q&A, she even likens herself most to Parvati Shallow, the infamous beauty that ran the game. So if she doesn't end up as the unfortunate minority tribe coming into the merge, then I could see her doing extremely well. Now on to Kaoh Rong, aka Brains vs Bronze vs Beauties 2. And I know people are going to be complaining if I pick literally all the beauties from this cast as well, so I allowed myself to pick only one male beauty and one female beauty. For the male, I picked Tai Trang, and I know, looks-wise he doesn't fit the stereotypical beauty, but that's a beauty in Tai, pun not intended. Personally, I really enjoyed the casting pick of Tai, this scruffy, tiny old gentleman in Mr. Miyagi glasses, but with an extremely caring nature, making him just so lovable. Not to mention, on a cast with pretty much all 20-year-olds, Tai had some nice age diversity, and if his 2 games are anything to go by, he'll be an idol-finding machine with the craving to pull off big moves. Now on to our females, and I'll be honest, I considered Julia. However, again, she would have been like 16 if I casted her for Survivor, so obviously that isn't an option. Instead, I casted Winchelle, no I did not stutter, winner of Survivor Kaoh Rong. While Michelle wasn't super well received in Kaoh Rong, she flipped expectations in Winners at War, reaffirming her stance as a scrappy underdog player. Moreover, while her confessionals in Kaoh Rong weren't the most interesting, and really only served so she could directly synergize with the Winner's Edgic, she showed she could pull off fun, quirky confessionals in Winners at War.
Wendell right now is sending me the "you up" text, and I just want to be like, new season, who dis?
We all know she had the skills to win the game, so let's see her play on this season. Now for Millennials vs Generation X, where, yet again, I picked 2 people, starting with Jay Starrett. Now Jay is an obvious pick. If this season is reality love shows meeting Survivor, then Jay fits the bill as someone who has literally participated on X on the beach. On Survivor, MVGX, he showed he wasn't shy of big moves like blindsiding Michaela before the merge. For me, he was a really likeable young man that despite his youth showed he was playing for his mother and sister. In a pinch he can win immunities, he can survive as an underdog and play idols, real and fake, so I slotted him in. Following on from that, I included another pre-merge boot in Jessica aka Figgy. In Millennials vs Generation X, Jessica, Jay, Taylor and Michelle were essentially the high school cool kids, with Jessica and Taylor being in a showmance. In spite of being a pre-merge boot, I always felt bad for Jessica, as she was the victim of a bad swap and was aligned with someone so socially unaware in Taylor. Plus, she showed on the Millennial tribe she had what it took to control the majority. After that, I added Desi Williams, the hustler herself, to the group. In HHH, she got a raw deal, as she and a few others got begonged at the first few rounds of the merge, causing her and the others to be begonged. However, had she not been targeted, Desi was a real endgame threat, as not only was she extremely social, a factor synonymous with beauty, but also strong at every facet of the game. She had the strategy on lock, was very physically fit, and could do puzzles, so overall a very strong all-rounder. On Ghost Island, I had to avert my eyes from demigod, rapper, model, sports player Chris Noble, and picked another person with a lot more game potential. Libby. Firstly, let's tackle the beauty aspect. Well, subjectively, I can say she's worthy of being on the beauty tribe. I'm going to play you a clip from the infamous Dominic Abate.
Libby is so sweet. Yeah. But she will cut your throat in a minute. Libby has a seductive power. But she's playing everybody. No, she's got the Southern Belle charm. She's Parvati 2.0. That's what she is. Alright, just get it.
Did you catch it? Dom in this sentence basically says, me target Libby because she pretty. And I genuinely wish there was more to that. So, she was targeted because she was beautiful, and therefore fits that criteria for me. Gameplay was a little bit more suspect, as although she didn't talk like a 90s sitcom character, which makes her better than A few people on that cast.
Just a lot of things that might not be beneficiary to me in a tribe setting.
But even so, she was within the majority on her original season, and even participated in the Insane Morgan blindside at the swap. Put her on. Many people thought she'd be a Parvati 2.0 on her season, so let's see it happen. Beyond this, we move to Diva vs Goliath with Alec. For me, the selling point was Jeff pitching Alec as this attractive dude who will use flirtation in his strategy, before the game even began.
Alec is one of the most charming guys who we've ever had on the show, and he knows it. And he says, that's why I'm a Goliath. I mean, I'm just good with people. I know how to flirt. People like me. He's charming. He's good looking. He's funny. He's athletic. All of those are things that you want to be around.
I mean, Mr. Jeff, the game hasn't even started yet. You at least waited 2 seasons to have this level of thirst over Joey amazing. It's also important to note, Alec would have been 19 at this time. However, I'm fine with that, as we discovered in my How Well Did Teens Do video, around this era of Survivor, teens were being casted at a rate never seen before. We even see this on the Beauty Tribe in Kaôh Rōng, where Julia, a 19-year-old, was casted, so Alec would be some fun representation on the cast, with the heart of a Goliath. The final casting choice comes from Island of the Idols, a season that probably would have been great due to its great cast. If only it wasn't so, hands-on. But amidst the darkness, there was a being of light who was a chillin', he was a villain, ran the numbers with his detective work, and that's Dean. Again, while I can't comment on Dean's beauty levels per se, he has been dating Michelle Fitzgerald, so in the Survivor beauty transit of equality, I'd say he's a justified pick. Plus, Dean is just fun, and we all know he's an advantage finding machine. So that's the end of the video. Here's my cast of eye candy. Let me know how I did in the comments below, and, if you wish, let me know what cast you all would have made with my criteria. But that's all I have for this video. Have a great day, and peace!